Why I am not a modernist. Having written this heading in the style of Bertrand Russell, my answer should be a formula just as concise. It won't hurt to be sharp to the point of paradox. You have to obey the laws of the genre. So, why am I not a modernist? Why does the slightest hint of such ideas in art and philosophy provoke my innermost protest? Because in my eyes, modernism is linked to the darkest psychological facts of our time. Among them are a cult of power, a joy at destruction, a love for brutality, a thirst for the thoughtless life, and blind obedience. Maybe I've forgotten something of substance in this list of the 20th century's mortal sins. Already, my answer is longer than the question. To me, modernism is the greatest possible treachery of those who serve the Department of Spiritual Affairs, the mandarins of culture, la trahison du clerc, to use the expression of one famous French writer. The conventional collaborationism of academics and writers with the reactionary policies of imperialist states is nothing compared to the gospel of new barbarity implicit to even the most heartfelt and innocent modernist pursuits. The former is like an official church based on the observance of traditional rites. The latter is a social movement, voluntary obscurantism, modern mysticism. There can be no two opinions as to which of the two poses the greater public danger. If an author dares write on this subject so directly, he must ready himself for the harshest of rejoinders. How could it be? You've painted a portrait of a German stormtrooper or an Italian blackshirt, and now you want to convince us of his immediate kinship to the sultry Matisse, the gentle Modigliani, or the sullen Picasso? Of course not. I wasn't planning any attack on the moral reputation of these individuals. But still, let's not deprive ourselves of the capacity for judging historical phenomena independently of how we judge this or that individual protagonist. Bakunin was a man famous for his revolutionary largesse of heart, but anarchism is the bourgeois character turned inside out, as Lenin put it. But wasn't it Hitler who persecuted so-called modern art, declaring it to be a degeneracy and a pest? Didn't you know that the bearers of the Western avant-garde's refined aesthetic culture had to flee from the Nazis? Of course I know. But let me soothe your disquiet with a little story taken from life. In 1932, the National Socialist government of the state of Anhalt closed the Bauhaus in Dessau, a famous hotbed of the new spirit in art, presenting a rather vivid symptom of the Third Reich's future cultural policy. The Parisian journal Cahiers d'Art, published by Christian Zevos, an influential supporter of Cubism and later tendencies, answered this sad news from Germany with the following note. For reasons we cannot comprehend, the National Socialist Party displays a decisive hostility to genuine modern art. This position seems all the more paradoxical, since this party first and foremost wants to attract the youth. Is it acceptable to absorb all these youthful elements, so full of enthusiasm, vital force, and creative potential, only once again to return them to the lap of outmoded tradition? Ah, you still don't get it, scumbag? Heinz, Fritz, come on, explain it to him. And explain they did. That is the actual picture of manners in Europe on the eve of Hitler's Walpurgis night. How much groveling is there in the note above? And how accurately it depicts the admiration for the false youth of barbarians that led to the cultural Munich of the 1930s. In the depths of their souls, the advocates of genuinely modern art were infected with the same cult of vitality and spontaneous energy. It was the same wind that took them so far from the shores of the liberal Marxist 19th century.